perhaps, that he was at least lost.
Folks, of course, you haven't seen this Vicious. You're definitely in for a treat if you missed Square of Despair. I mean, hell, we didn't know Vicious was going to be competing in a Square of Despair match because of that controversy involving him and Spike. Oh, my goodness, what tense. And Spike revealed that, Vicious right here was wearing prosthetic limbs, making himself seem bigger than he really is. Because if you notice right here, folks, Vicious looks like at least a foot shorter, like 50 pounds lighter.
Now introducing his opponent, representing the Nation of Violence. He hails from Transylvania. He is the Enigma, Big Vicious.
Focus look at him, 50 pounds lighter, a foot short, but still 100% badass and dominant. I mean, for Carl, he saw that he has a new vicious footprint that can take out, decapitate any man. I mean, even though he's smaller in stature, he's just dominating destructively, as we saw in the Square of Despair match. Hell, Vicious was the last person in the ring to be eliminated by Starwind. And of course, folks, at Let It First Fight, we do have our traditional one-way ticket Money in the Bank ladder match. And after Starwind was victorious, the Enforcer Nicholas named Starwind to be the first participant in the one-way ticket Money in the Bank ladder match. And according to what I've been hearing, he actually told the Enforcer he wants Samoa Joe to be the second man, to be the second participant in that match, because he wants to get his hands on Samoa Joe once and for all. Because it was Samoa Joe who attacked Starwind back at Square of Despair, prevented Starwind from competing in the tag team match, as well as the UWA title match, causing him to get a concussion. Despite all that, folks, Starwind defied the doctor's wishes and still competed in a Square of Despair match, defied the odds and won. And look at this, that huge powerbomb by Vicious.
As you said, Rock, Vicious might be 1 foot shorter, 50 pounds lighter, but he's still, as powerful as ever. And look at this, displaying that powerful game. Oh my, just elevating him up and over that one-arm choke slam. And that's all he needed, one arm. He elevated Phillmo a good 10 feet in the air. My God, this man ain't human.
This is a crucial match for both Phillmo and Vicious. I mean, Samoa Joe and Starwind are the first two participants in the one-way ticket Money in the Bank ladder match. And hell, if one of these two men are victorious, they can get an opportunity to get that spot, at Love It First Fight, and get another opportunity to main event or possibly headline or make history at this year's Pandemonium. Because remember, folks, in that briefcase, in that one-way ticket Money in the Bank ladder match, has a contract where any man who wins that briefcase has the power, has the potential, the ability, the privilege, to either change or add any match he desires to the card at Pandemonium 11, which means even though Starwind won the Square of Despair match, even though after winning that he will automatically become the number contender for the title at Pandemonium, if someone else other than Starwind wins that Love It First Fight and gets that briefcase, they can make themselves take Starwind's spot, hypothetically, if they win that briefcase.
So pretty much to completely nullify that entire stipulation of, the Square of Despair match. Look at this Vicious Irish whipping Phillmo over that steel steps. And Phillmo really needs to, step his game up here tonight and really impress the crowd if he wants to, step up that rung in the ladder per se to get up in the title picture.
No, he doesn't. Association by Uncle Sam means he deserves to get destroyed. And that huge face bust by Vicious. And don't forget, folks, that Square of Despair, it was even Vicious himself who attacked Vaughn, Kreed, his fellow Nation of Violence brethren, and eliminating Vaughn, Kreed as well. He calls that powerbomb the Ballad of Fallen Angels, delivering it right on the. Look at this. He'd be setting up for the Vicious footprint here.
Same move we saw back at Square of Despair. Oh my God, slow-mo. Vicious footprint. He took Phillmo's head off. He can end it right now. Vicious gets to drag his body in the center ring when it looks like he's doing. He can go for that cover. Oh wait, he's not done. I thought he was going to work for cover there. What is he doing here?
I don't know. We'll see him. All I know is he should have been in this match there. Based on experience, but he's not finished there yet. this could be possibly another finisher. And if it is, he told me earlier what the name of it's called. My goodness, folks. He calls this vicious aneurysm. Of course, making pot shot at Vaughn Kreed. And look at this. I ain't no doctor, folks, but hell, I think that neck break of the top that we saw by Vicious would undoubtedly cause an aneurysm to any human, no more than Vaughn Kreed's finisher, in my personal opinion. We've got to show a replay of this. Oh, that huge DRT right there by Vicious. And then look at this. You have the DRT, and then he's going to go for the Ballad of Fallen Angels, his two former finishers. And then he also hit the Vicious aneurysm, I guess, which we're not getting a replay of. And then, oh, now he calls that the Vicious aneurysm right there, but he gets to get the Vicious footprint. Weird editing there, I guess. And it's all academic. Vicious is victorious, and this is a huge win over Phillmo.
Here's your winner, Big Vicious.
And if Vicious is going to call his top rope finisher Vicious aneurysm, you know it's not going to bode well for Vaughn Kreed. And Vaughn Kreed goes on the record saying he had the only move in wrestling history that can cause an aneurysm to his opponent. Obviously, this whole tension between Vicious and Vaughn Kreed still continues. And these two men are still going back and forth to see who was really responsible for taking on Team Starwind back at Bloodshed. Well, this one, I guess we're going back to this Rampage. The Destroyer coming from behind there. Folks, Fowler, the Destroyer, and Vaughn Kreed, the main event sign, a triple threat match, number contendership for the UWA Championship. Whoever wins will face Rampage for the UWA title. But wait a minute, folks. It looks like we're going to get an unexpected visit from the Queen of the World, Stacy Hardy. Of course, the best friend of Angelina, who made her farewell address at Square of Despair. See what she has to say. And Stacy Hardy issuing a challenge to the women's tag team champions. Of course, Stacy Hardy challenging Pink Angel, Megan Fox, two women who are solely responsible for ending Angelina's career in such short notice. And I can't wait to see who would step up, team up with Stacy Hardy to face Pink Angel, Megan Fox. I love it, first fight of next CPV. But up next, it's time for some No Limits Championship action.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it's for the No Limits Championship. On his way to the ring, he is the current No Limits Champion from Houston, Texas. He is the chosen one, Mitch Waterson.
Yeah, folks, Mitch Waterson's been through almost every conceivable moment, action, possibility you can ever think of in his illustrious UWA career since 2004. But my goodness, folks, I think Mitch's moment to shine came at square despair when he successfully defended the title against badass Jamie Heineman. That vicious No Limits title match. I mean, these two men should have been dead by the conclusion of that match, but it was somehow, all those chair spots, all that non-stop action, these two men were still able to continue to fight, and Mitch was still able to hold that No Limits title just for a little bit longer at least. Not to mention there was still both Jamie Heineman and Mitch were still able to compete later on in the Swerve Despair matchup. And it still looked fairly well in, and my goodness, folks, that match at Swerve Despair, the 1-on-1 match, some would say it would go down to be the match of the night, aside from the Swerve Despair matches. And of course, Spike Spiegel, I guess we're hearing, is next in line for a No Limits title match. I love it, first fight. Should be a huge match to see indeed.
Coming down the aisle, he's the challenger. From Japan, he is the legendary Super Saiyan Broly.
My goodness, huge hands from Broly. I mean, obviously when I say about Spike, he's next in line for the No Limits title at the next CPV, a little bit first fight. I mean, it's not obviously Broly has the opportunity to become the No Limits champion. Then next week, Vicious will compete for the No Limits championship. It's going to be a must-see. Even whether Vicious faces Broly or Mitch Waterson, it's going to be a must-see indeed. But Spike was going to have to wait until that first fight, and I guess Spike and Mitch Waterson actually are eagerly wanting to face each other one-on-one, and hell, I can't wait to see Spike and Mitch face each other because they have such similar backgrounds and fighting styles. I mean, those two clash. You're going to expect a huge contest with those two men. I mean, hell, you can possibly see Spike and Vicious fight it out once again. I love it, first fight. If Vicious becomes a new No Limits champion once again at next week's episode of Assault, because of course Vicious is a former No Limits champion in his own right. And now that the Monster Destruction no longer associated with Big Bird 2.0, now I guess Broly wants to do what he wants, and that's compete for the No Limits championship. But also don't forget, folks, Broly and Silver have their plate full, so to speak, because they are also currently in the tag team tournament. Whoever wins the tournament will face the tag team champions at Pandemonium 11. Of course, currently the tag team champions are Brave Asperia, and next week it will be the Monster of Destruction, Cell and Broly, taking on the Gridiron Greats. Of course, those two teams have fought each other numerous times last year, so it's going to be a huge match to see indeed in the rematch. But so far, Mitch doing pretty well against 600-pounder Super Saiyan Broly.